Well, good morning, Joginder Rana here. The topic for our discussion today is marine hull insurance. Marine hull insurance. Now, the purpose of marine hull insurance is to cover ship owners various insurable interests. However, before we take up various policies, let us know about various categories of ships. Ship means the ship or vessel may be described as a floating box made of steel in such a manner that it can safely travel in water in most weather conditions when carrying her load or empty. So the front end of the ship which facilitates forward movement is called bow, and a rear end which may be blunter, rounded or squared off is called the stern. So the flat roof over the ship's hull body is known as the deck, which may have one or more openings called hatches. Below the hatches are holds or cargo spaces. So the stern is lifted with the rudder which provides steering control and the propeller or a screw which rotates at great speed to drive the ship. There are bulk carriers. A bulk cargo ship designed to carry ore and oil, enabling thereby to be loaded in both directions. Then there are collier. Collier generally a coastal ship designed to carry coals. Cargo ship means a ship which is not a passenger ship. Coasting ship means a ship exclusively employed in trading between any port or places in India or between port or places in India and port or places in Bangladesh, Myanmar, that is Burma and Sri Lanka. And container vessels, these vessels are meant for carriage of fully laden container cargo and are normally engaged on a fast liner service between specific ports. Container vessels rely on sophisticated shore and discharge facilities. So carrying capacity is normally referred to in terms of the number of TEUs, that is 20 feet equivalent units, and 40 feet equivalent units, that is 40 ton capacity, the vessel can carry. Fishing vessel means a ship fitted with mechanized means of propulsion which is exclusively engaged in sea fishing or for profit. Foreign going ships means a ship not being a home trade ship employed in trading between any port or place in India and any other port or place between port or places outside India. So home trade ship means a ship not exceeding 3000 ton gross which is employed in trading between any port or place in India and any other port or place in the continent of India or between port or places in India and port or places in Sri Lanka, Maldives, Island, Malaysia, Singapore or Myanmar. The lighter aboard ship, that is called LASH. So this lighter aboard ship and CB vessels are mother ships which carry floating containers in the form of barges up to 1000 tons, displacement hoisted aboard such ships by massive cranes or elevators. The barges are transported to an overseas port area when they are lowered into the water and towed to their ultimate destinations. Then comes the liners. Ships that play on a regular scheduled service between group of ports. The ships of a liner company are common carriers offering cargo space or passenger accommodation to all shippers and passengers who require them. So a liner company is generally engaged on trade routes where volume of cargo or passenger traffic is available. Now, liner conference, an organization whereby a number of ship owners offer service on given sea routes on conditions agreed by the members. A conference line ship is a vessel or a ship belonging to member of such shipping conferences. Missing ship. A ship that has been posted at Lloyd's is missing because despite all enquiries she cannot be traced. A missing ship is deemed to be an actual total loss. Oil ore work carriers. A bulk cargo ship designed to carry ore and oil enabled to be loaded in both directions. Passenger ship means ship carrying more than 12 passengers. Pilgrim ship means a ship which makes a voyage to or from the Hajj during the season of the pilgrimage and which carries pilgrims in a proportion of not less than 1 pilgrims for every 100 tons of the gross tonnage of the ship. Then roll-on, roll-off, RO vessels. A RO vessel is having facilities for shipping lorries, trailers, etc. without need for crane. An increasing amount of cargo is carried in trucks and trailers which travel from the shippers premises in the country of origin on RO vessels via stern, bow or side doors and delivered to the consignee's premises at final destination point in the same vehicle. So this is the mode of operation for ferries which also carry cars and buses and is also used for long haul ocean going vessels when RO facility is used. So the cargo remains on the same vehicle right from the time it leaves the premises of the shipper till it is delivered at the final destination point. So handling at ports dispensed with. Sailing vessels. Any description of sailing vessel provided with the sufficient sail area for navigation under sail alone, whether or not fitted with mechanized means of propulsion, and includes a rowing boat but does not include a pleasure craft. Seagoing vessels. It means a vessel proceeding to sea beyond inland waters or beyond waters declared to be smooth or partially smooth waters by central government by notification in official gazette. And steam vessels. Every description of vessels propelled wholly or in part by the agency of steam. Steam vessels inland. A steam vessel which ordinarily plies on any inland waterways. Then comes tankers. Tankers are strongly constructed and fitted out to carry bulk liquids. For example, crude oils. The effect of liquid cargo on the stability of the vessels is considerable. Therefore, tankers have wings, tanks on either side of the center tanks and no double bottom. The tanks do not exceed across the breadth of the tanker as one compartment but have extra strong longitudinal division. The machinery space is situated at the aft machinery space is situated at the aft end of the tanker in order to lessen the danger of igniting vapor from the oil cargo. Tramps. Cargo ships operating in all parts of the world without a fixed route and sailing schedule in search of primary bulk cargo, carried generally in shiploads. And then voyage. It includes the playing of a vessel at or about any place. So the policy is subject to institute time clauses. Freight provides an indemnity for loss of freight but not exceeding the gross freight loss. Any claim consequent on loss of time, whether arising from a peril of the sea or otherwise, is expressly excluded. Further, the insurance does not cover partial loss of freight other than general average loss under 3% unless caused by the sinking, stranding or collision with another vessel. In the event of total loss of the vessel, the freight is paid in full, whether the vessel be fully or partially loaded. So the protection and indemnity club is there. It's a body constituted by ship owners and this works on the principle of sharing of risk. The risks which are not covered under marine health policy are covered by P&I Club. So these are loss of life and personal injury and third party, but also of course a crew on board. So the marine hull insurance is quite different from the marine cargo because number of kind of marine machineries are there insured under this category. Thank you.